Hey guys, what's up and welcome to the video. And here today we are releasing the update finally to the KMZ Ultra version GTA mod. So I had a couple of days to spare and I really set a deadline for myself so I can hurry up and get this knocked out. And I was able to get it knocked out today and I'm pretty happy with it. I've been working on it on and off for the last couple of days and so finally got it finished. It took a lot of time, but yeah, I'm happy with the results. The Black Ops 2 mod loader will also get updated at some point this week. Probably not till this coming weekend, so it's still probably like 6 or 7 days away from that. But be on the lookout. Anyway, don't get ahead of me on this video because there's a certain way you have to install this update. If you don't, then the stuff on the XMB extras screen uh, on the mods and extras section, those little panels and stuff, they're going to be all discombobulated, out of order and whatnot. And I like things to be in order and be nice and neat. So I'm going to show you how to get those results. For those of you who are new to this, I'll put a link in the description that explains the install in full detail and all this other stuff. But that video is going to get remade. I'm actually going to remake it and release it tomorrow since quite a bit of stuff has changed. But if you're new to this and you watch this video and you watch the old video, you should be able to figure it out. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get started. All right, so I have to do this. I got to get this stuff out of the way first, otherwise forget it. Okay, so this is for modded PS3s only, BLES version GTA only. I know people are going to ask, is this safe to go online with this? Will I get banned? The PS3 has been modded for like, what, 9 years now? Going on 10 years, something like that. That question has been asked at least a million, billion, quadrillion, factillion times. When has it ever been safe to go online? Even signing into Netflix with a modded PS runs the risk. The risk is the same. Despite the fact what's going on with Take Two and all this stuff, it is not illegal to mod. If you get caught modding online, you're going to get banned. That's it. Get a SID, move on with your life. So don't worry about it. You're not going to get police knocking on your door. You're not going to get sent to jail. You're not going to get a fine. None of that's going to happen. Trust me. No ISOs. This is for folder type backups of your game only. Oh, and also at no point in time should you be using your actual disk, just the backup of your disk for any of this stuff. Okay, so decide which version you want to download, either or which one, either the one with textures or without. They are both in terms of texturing. The texture stuff is still the stuff from the old version, from the 1.3. All the new stuff is exactly the same in both. So you're not going to be missing out on any of the new stuff regardless of which one you get. All the old stuff continues to be there as before. I just added new stuff. So you're not going to be missing anything. If you don't know what texturing is, look it up. But it's mod loaders that come with some textures. The mod loaders are the same in both. The only difference is the first three in this one with textures has a bunch of texturing. I removed the texturing in the one with no textures, but it has the same loaders. So whichever one you download and you unzip that file, you'll find the actual file, the KMZ Ultra version file, along with a folder called music. Take those two folders, transfer them over to your desktop. If you're going to use this on a USB, take them and just put them on the root of your USB. Make sure this KMZ folder stays completely intact. And what I mean by that is make sure that you leave the files that are in the KMZ Ultra version folder inside of that folder. This music folder, we will be using it later on near the end of the video. It's something that's optional, and we're going to cover that in a bit. Let's go ahead. I will meet you at the XMB of the PS3. All right, so the first step in this process is to delete your GTA tool if you've installed it onto your XMB. So you're going to go to it. You're not going to go into it. Just hover over it, press triangle, select delete, and just hit yes. Now, I've installed the newer version, so I'm going to leave it there for now. Also, make sure that your GTA is not mounted on the XMB. Make sure it's unmounted so that it's not loaded. Once you've deleted the GTA tool from the XMB, I'm going to go ahead and go over to the Multiman XMB, to the file manager, continue from there. Those of you who are FTPing can just follow along. All right, so here in file manager, we're going to go in there. You should already know how to work this by now. Let's go up to PS3 root. We're going to go into dev HDD0, and then we are going to locate where your game is located, which is the games folder. and here is the Grand Theft Auto. Now, for some of these new features that I added to work, make sure your Grand Theft Auto is named exactly the way this one is. The stuff that I added is case sensitive, so make sure you name it exactly the same way. I'll probably put something up on the screen, and as well I'll put it in the description, so make sure it's exactly the same or that extra stuff that I added will not work. So once you're here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go into the game, and you're going to go to the PS3 extra folder, press X on it one time, hit circle, scroll down to delete, and you will delete the entire PS3 extra folder. Just hit yes. Do not delete anything else here, just that one folder. And go ahead and wait about 30 seconds or so just to make sure it's been fully deleted. Okay, now we're going to go and open up another window here. We're going to leave this window open, go back to PS3 root. We're going to go to dev HDD0. Now we're going to, oh, I'm sorry, we're going to go to USB. Your USB, where you have those two files. I'm going to use the no textures version here. Okay, so I'm going to go into that folder, and you'll see the PS3 extras right there. Now, this is kind of hard to see because it's putting up this damn background, but just press X on it one time, hit circle, copy will be highlighted, press X again, and now you're going to come here to where your game is, and you're going to just copy it over. So hit circle while you're in that window, and then hit X, and it's just going to paste it, and hit yes. And if you're FTPing, just do the same thing. Okay, so this is about to finish here. All right, there we go, and now it's copied it over. Now, what we're going to do next is you're going to go back to your USB here, and you're going to highlight, press X one time on the PS3 game folder, hit circle, copy is already highlighted, press X, and then you're going to go back to your game folder over here, and you're just going to hit circle and press X to paste, and just hit yes. If you're FTPing and you're asked to overwrite, just like I am here, just overwrite all the files it asks. It's only 6 megabytes that we're overwriting. It's just a few files, but it's really quick. So that's pretty much it. This PS3 disk SFB, I really shouldn't have put it there, but it was too late. There really is no need for it, so just leave it alone. Don't mess with it. All right, so now we can go ahead and close these windows. So we're going to double press X here on games, and then we're going to go back. Now, at this point, if you're going to be using Webman to load up your game, like I am, I would suggest you go to your XMB and then do the refresh XML, which I'm going to do here in a second. If you're not using that and you're just going to use Irisman or Multiman to load it, then I would still strongly suggest that you just hit restart system here to do a reboot, just to make sure everything went in nice and fresh. You can do that now. I'm going to go, since I'm using Webman, I'm going to go to the XMB and I'm going to refresh my XML. So here we are at the XMB. I'm going to go into Webman Games. I'm going to go into Webman Setup, and all I'm going to do is just hit refresh XML and just wait. And then I'm going to click here to reboot the PS. All right, so we're back at the XMB. Let's go into Webman Games and let's check out our results here. It says Ultra right here. It should say now KMZ Ultra version 2.0, which it does. Let's go here, and you'll see some differences right away. All right, and when we go here, and you're going to hear some differences right away too. And by the way, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to the images and the sound in just a bit. So now here we are at the extras and mods section. And so you can see everything took. Here are all the mod loaders. Here are the 3 new ones that I've added. The new GTA version 2.0 tool, as well as 2 new covers. There are 2 new backgrounds to the GTA tool you can add. One pretty cheesy but cool background. I did it cheesy on purpose, but I think it actually turned out pretty funny. It's kind of like just a GTA over the top blingy thing to the Rebug toolbox, a theme, which includes icons that have been changed. All right, so here, if you want the icons back, because this will change the icons and the theme, this will put back the stock icons to your Rebug toolbox, not the theme, not the background, just the icons. Alrighty, so the next thing we're going to do is install the new GTA Toolbox version 2.0. So let's scroll up to that. By the way, whenever you're scrolling through these boxes, you may or may not notice that sometimes they'll turn like a solid red. It just means that the PS3's memory is having a hard time catching up. That's perfectly normal, don't worry. Either scroll up or down and then come back to it and the image will reappear. So go ahead and press X here and then hit yes. That'll take a little while and I'll meet you back here when you're finished. Alright, now that should have finished installing. Now before we go over to it, I want to show you something real quick. This is the game icon. That image that you're seeing behind it, that's the XMB wallpaper behind the game icon. This is the icon that launches the game, of course. This is the mods icon where the extras and mods are. That car that you're seeing back there, that's the XMB wallpaper to that icon. And the music, each one plays its own music. Just keep that in mind because we're going to go over that here in a second. Let's go over to the newly installed GTA version 2.0 tool, which should say 2.0 right there, which it does, and you'll see the new icon. Let's go into it. Alright guys, so here we are at the menu. You can see this is one of the new backgrounds here. So let's go to the install sprx menus option. I'm in KEX mode, so right now the 12 menus that work is what's available for me here. Before there was, I think, only 4, so we went from 4 to 12, which is not bad. And I think one of them is in French, one of them is in Spanish, but they're kind of easy to figure out. And I figure I'd be a little bit diverse. There's a lot of French modders, a lot of Spanish modders as well, so just to be a little bit diverse. So anyway, there's 12 here. If you're in Dex, however, you get these 12, plus you get 17 more. So on Dex, you get a total of 29 menus at your disposal, which is not too bad. The only other changes here, which are some kind of big changes, is that I've added a few options. This is what I was talking about earlier. You can now change your wallpaper that displays behind the game icon when you're hovering over it. I think there's like 10 choices here. All right, so you can pick, I just kind of named them something simple. So you can pick whatever you want and it will change it right on the fly. No need to reboot or anything. Now the same images that are here that you can put behind this game icon are the same images that are here at the mods icon. So it's the same like 10 images. So you can mix and match them however you want. You can also change the music when you're hovering either over the game icon or the mods icon. The music on the PS3 tends to play a little bit faster. It also has to be lower quality. And the majority of the time I had to cut it due to, limitations in memory and stuff like that. So if you want to hear the full high quality versions, that's what's in that music folder. It's the MP3 versions of the music that's here. So any device that plays MP3s, you'll be able to listen to them in higher quality at normal speed because the PS just plays it just a hair faster. And yeah, they just sound a lot better. You can take the files from the music folder, and just put them straight onto your XMB in the music column. Just copy them so that way you can sample them before you can, you go here and you pick the one you want, so you don't have to keep coming back and forth. Let me know what you think about all this, guys, the music and the layout and all the extras. Be on the lookout for the new Black Ops 2 loader coming out in a few days. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section. We'll see you next time, guys. Take care.